Before you get off the call, you want to ask them, what prompted you to respond to me, to get on a call with me? That will hopefully tell you what was it about your outreach that stood out to them that they wanted to engage with you. As the conversation is happening, you already know the hiring manager got back to you because they have a pain point that you can solve, but you want to specifically pinpoint what exactly was that pain point? What did I say? What made you be like, I want to set up a call with this person? You want to do the same thing for candidates.
Initiating becoming a hiring machine sequence in 3, 2, 1.
Hey everyone, it's Sam Keenley, and welcome to Becoming a Hiring Machine. This is the show dedicated to fixing recruitment by going beyond saying what needs to change and instead teaches you how to make that change. Today we've got a great Tactical Tuesday episode ahead of us, but before we get into that, I want to tell you a little bit about the show. Essentially, we have shows within the show here. Some days we have interviews with industry thought leaders and others who are shaking up the space, while other days we cover things like trending topics. Stop by every Tuesday like today for a Tactical Tuesday episode where we go deep on how to do something. It's going to help you drive better results in your day-to-day. And occasionally you get a mic drop episode from Matt where he shares something that he's been thinking about within the recruitment space and wants you to know. Now, as a reminder, if you like the content that we share here on the show, make sure that you subscribe for more. All right, today's Tactical Tuesday. What if we said there was one question that you could ask that could improve your biz dev and your candidate outreach by 10x? No questions asked. Would you use it? I mean, I would. So what is this mythical, magical question? Well, here to join us, as always, is your favorite Tactical Tuesday co-host, Vivien. Vivien, welcome.
Hello.
All right, so we've got the silver bullet, allegedly. What's this question? That 10x number, we don't have hard studies on this, but it drastically has improved the outcomes that you have personally seen with your experience in both the candidate and the biz dev side. So what's this question that you were asking?
This is once they have engaged with you, you're talking to them, you've had a great phone call. Before you get off the call, you want to ask them, what prompted you to respond to me, to get on a call with me? That will hopefully tell you what was it about your outreach that stood out to them that they wanted to engage with you. Now, as the conversation is happening, you already know the hiring manager got back to you because they have a pain point that you can solve, but you want to specifically pinpoint what exactly was that pain point? What did I say? What made you be like, I want to set up a call with this person? And you want to do the same thing for candidates. Candidates, they will engage back with a recruiter if they're unhappy with their role, but you want to kind of know, what exactly did I say that brought this whole conversation to come about? Because then you can actually leverage that and use that. You can refine your outreach so that you keep that in mind and you can learn what are people actually responding to. Because you want to hone in on who's responding and engaging back with me, because those are the ones, that's who you're targeting. You want engagement. And so if you ask what prompted you to engage back with me, that can hopefully help you get some ideas and start thinking in terms of, how can I actually really catch these people's attentions and want to get in touch with me? Sometimes they will just tell you, hey, I really love this particular piece of your outreach, or this is the best message I've ever gotten from a recruiter, and out of courtesy, I just wanted to let you know, and actually, yes, I am looking for somebody, so let's jump on a call. Sometimes they will volunteer that information. Other times you might have to ask them about it and they will tell you.
Okay, I like it. And so we've talked about this before. You're using an open-ended question here, and that's very intentional. It's not, did I reach you at the right time? Is it because I talked about the salary in it? Is it because of the location? You're leaving it very open-ended, so they have to fill that in for you. So that's one thing I picked up on with how you said it. And I think the other thing to note is we do a lot of customer prospect interviews, just market feedback that I'll do from a marketer's lens. And the other thing that I'll notice sometimes you're just going to get answers that aren't helpful either way. And that's okay. You don't not every time that you ask this question, you're going to get something from it. But when you do it, like you said, after every call, or what the ones that go well, especially, honestly, I'd do it even with the ones that don't go well. If you get a really feisty person, hey, well, maybe not. I don't know. That could be a fun separate thing to figure out. But yeah, I think that'll kind of averages out, but it's gonna give you the information that is helpful to you.
Yeah. And even if somebody just randomly finds you and reaches out to you, you can be like, out of curiosity, how did you even find me? I had one hiring manager reach out to me because of a comment I left on a LinkedIn post. It was about losing candidates to counteroffers. And in the comment, I mentioned I ran into a very, very lucrative counteroffer that my candidate received. But this is how I was able to get ahead of that. And I started very early on in the process, and I kind of gave them all of my secret sauce and my steps in that particular comment. That hiring manager just lost a candidate to a counteroffer. So them reading my comment of how I was able to circumvent that was what prompted them to reach out and be like, hey, can you help me with this particular role? I never would have guessed that a random LinkedIn comment would have brought some business my way, but it did. And so it's good to ask, how did you even find me? So if it's somebody that reaches out to you, how the heck did you find me? What did I put on my profile? What was my presence? How did you hear about me? That's really good feedback, because then you know, how can you put yourself out there for your target audience to find you, as opposed to you having to go out and go fishing, essentially. You want the fish to just find your net and jump right in.
So you've just distilled my entire marketing philosophy into a 2-minute masterclass. How are you creating demand, and how are you capturing demand? So how are you creating it? How'd you hear about us? Like what led you to me? How'd you capture it? Is like, what was it about mine that specifically stood out? You know, and they get into the timing, they get into the specific pain. That's okay. Like, these are the signals I know to look for. So this spans any business, especially on the biz dev side or the candidate side. How are you attracting the attention of the people that you want to attract? And then how are you converting them or getting them to take the desired action that you want them to take? So I love that you just translated that over so seamlessly into this world.
There you go. No car analogy, but a fishing one.
I love it. Well, Vivien, as always, truly appreciate the words of wisdom with this. I know this one, it's so easy to put into action, and it's so valuable. As I said, like, start doing it today. You're going to get 10x improvements on everything that you do. So as always, appreciate your time with us.
Of course, anytime.
All right. Well, as we wrap, Becoming a Hiring Machine is a production of Loxo. If you'd like this episode, but you're not sure where to go next, we have a link to a similar one. You can find that in the description of your favorite podcast streaming platform, as well as on our website. We do have full video episodes available on YouTube. And if you ever have questions, send them our way, podcast@loxo.co. And lastly, if you did enjoy this episode, please make sure you leave us a quick rating in your podcast streaming platform. It only takes you 3 seconds, but it's going to help other recruiters like you to find us. So, all right, everyone, that's the show. That was another great Tactical Tuesday with Vivien. Until next time, bye, y'all.